The Whispering House. Emma had always dreamed of owning a home with character, something old, with creaky floors and stories etched into its walls. So when she found the Victorian cottage at the edge of town, its peeling paint and sagging porch only added to its charm. The price was suspiciously low, but the realtor brushed it off as a fixer-upper with history. Emma signed the papers without a second thought. The first night, she lay in bed, listening to the house settle. The wind rattled the windows, and the floorboards groaned as if stretching after years of neglect. Then, just as sleep tugged at her, she heard it, a faint whisper. It was soft, like a breath against her ear, but she couldn't make out the words. She sat up, heart thudding, and scanned the dark room. Nothing, just the shadows of the curtains swaying in the moonlight. "Must be the wind," she muttered, though the sound felt too deliberate, too human. The whispers returned the next night, louder this time. They seemed to come from the walls themselves, a chorus of hushed voices overlapping in a language she didn't recognize. Emma turned on every light, checked every corner, but found nothing. She told herself it was exhaustion. Moving was stressful after all. By the third night, the whispers had words. "Stay!" they hissed, sharp and insistent. Emma jolted awake, clutching her blanket. The air felt heavy, pressing against her chest. She stumbled to the kitchen for water, and as she filled a glass, the faucet sputtered. A shadow flickered in her peripheral vision, a tall, thin shape standing by the sink. She spun around, but it was gone. The days blurred into a haze of unease. Objects moved on their own. A book left open on the table. A chair shifted slightly askew. The whispers grew bolder, following her from room to room. "Stay with us," they pleaded, their tone shifting from coaxing to demanding. Emma stopped sleeping. Dark circles bloomed under her eyes as she researched the house's past. The library's microfiche revealed the truth. A family had lived there a century ago, a mother, father, and 3 children. They'd vanished one winter, leaving behind rumors of madness. Neighbors claimed the mother had heard voices, that she'd locked the doors and windows, trapping her family inside until starvation took them. The house had stood empty ever since, its history buried in yellowed newsprint. Emma decided to leave. She packed a bag, her hands trembling as the whispers swelled into a cacophony. "You can't go," they snarled, the words vibrating through the walls. The front door wouldn't budge, its knob ice-cold despite the summer heat. She tried the windows, but they were sealed shut, the glass fogging under her touch. Desperate, she grabbed a hammer from the toolbox and swung at the door. The wood splintered, but the whispers turned to shrieks, a sound that clawed at her mind. She struck again, and the door gave way, just enough for her to squeeze through. She ran into the night, not stopping until she reached the gas station a mile away. The police found the house empty, its door intact, as if she'd never touched it. Emma refused to return, renting a sterile apartment in the city instead. She told herself she'd escaped, that the nightmare was over. But last night, as she lay in her new bed, she heard it again, a faint whisper from the corner of the room. "You can't leave us," it said, soft as a lover's promise. She didn't sleep.